All right, we are going to start today's math lesson by using some compare bars in a word problem. All right, I want to start by we're going to pretend that Hannah has 10 crayons. So I am going to use my compare bars for Hannah. Hannah has 10 crayons. Okay? And then we're going to say that Christopher has 3 crayons. So we're going to line these up just like this. I will put Hannah here, H for Hannah and a C for Christopher. So Hannah has 10 crayons and Christopher has 3 crayons. So how are we going to compare them? How many more crayons does one of them have than the other? Well, we can see that Hannah has more crayons, so our compare statement would start with Hannah has, and then how many more crayons. We would need to use our handy dandy break apart stick. Okay, we go to where it starts to not be fair, that's what we've kind of called it, and we figure out how many extra Hannah has that Christopher does not have matches for. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7. Hannah has 7 more crayons than Christopher. Okay, there's actually an easier way. We're going to introduce to you what are called comparison bars. There's an easier way of modeling this. So we're going to use one long rectangle bar, and that's always going to represent whoever has more. So I'm going to point to that, and I'm going to point to whoever has more. Okay, and then whoever has less or fewer, okay, this would be the person who has less or fewer of something, goes right here. And then this oval on the side is going to always be our compare number. Okay, so in this problem, we already knew how many Hannah had. We said that, so Hannah would go here, H for Hannah, okay, and we would know that 10 goes here. And Christopher had 3, okay, and we know that the difference between them, if I counted on from 3 up to 10, I would say 3 and make my way up to the bigger one. So this is the smaller person's number, and here's the bigger person's number. So we go 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 7. 7 is our compare number. Our compare number will go here. Okay. Sometimes it's going to be asking us for the compare number. That's the unknown. Sometimes it might ask us for one of these other ones, and we're going to go into that in today's lesson. Okay. All right. I want you to go ahead and open up your math books to page 185. 185 looks like this. Okay. Don't get confused with the next one, because it does have some compare bars on the next lesson. It's not that one. Okay, it's this one. I'll give you a few seconds here if you don't have it already out. Go ahead and push pause on the video if you need to tear it out. When you're ready, go ahead and push play again. All right, okay, we're going to start looking at this. We're going to do most of these together on the front and on the back. I'm going to be allowing you to try last couple of them on your own. Okay, all right, so here we are talking about, so it says Tessa has 15 pens. Sam has 9 pens. So right now I already know that they're telling me exactly how many pens each of them has. Okay, so who has more so far? Tessa has more. So I'm going to put a T for Tessa. She has more. And I know how many she has. She has 15, exactly 15. Okay, Sam has 9 pens. So we're going to put an S for Sam down here. And he has exactly 9 pens. Okay, now the question is, how many more pens does Tessa have than Sam? This is our compare number, and that's what the question's asking us. It's saying, what is this? This is our unknown number box. Okay, so to figure this out, we can count from the smaller one up to the bigger one. Okay, figure out how many are missing. So we can say 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we would have 6. 6 would be your unknown. Okay, and this is what it's asking here, so we put that in our unknown number box. And our label is more pens, because it wants to know how many more pens does Tessa have than Sam. So we're not just putting 6 pens, we're actually going to put the word 6 more pens. Okay, all right, let's look at this next one. Tessa has 15 pens. Sam has 9 pens. That's interesting. It sounds exactly like this one up here. Well, let's start the same way. We'll put a T for Tessa here. Okay, and Tessa had 15 pens. And again, Sam is here. And Sam has 9 pens. Okay, again, it's still asking us for our compare. This time, though, it's saying how many fewer pens does Sam have than Tessa. So it's still comparing, and remember from our other problems, our compare number did not change when we were making our compare statements using the words more or fewer. Okay, the important words were the fewer or the more. So again, if it's the same up here, it's going to be the same down here. So this is also going to be 6. And this is going to be 6 here. But what changes is, listen to the question. How many fewer pens does Sam have than Tessa? The answer would be 6. Yes, fewer pens. We're actually going to use the word fewer pens. We have to pay attention to that question there. Okay? All right. Now, again, same problem, but it's going to be asking us something else. Okay, it says Tessa has 15 pens. Sam has 6 fewer pens than Tessa. So first, let's figure out who has more and who has less. So here, it tells me exactly how many pens Tessa has. Here, it says Sam has 6 fewer pens. So Sam has the fewer number of pens, so I know Sam is going to go here. Okay, which means Tessa is going to go here. Now, I know we've already done some of these other problems up higher, and we kind of know what the answers are going to be, but I want you to pay attention to what we are talking about here. It says that Sam has 6 fewer pens. So did it tell me exactly how many pens Sam has? No, it doesn't. It just tells me the compare number. It says that he has 6 fewer. So the 6 is actually going to go here. And it does say Tessa has 15 pens. So the 15 is going to go here. Okay? So if Sam has 6 fewer pens than Tessa, then I need to figure out how many pens Sam has. And you can do that by taking away 6 from 15, or we can count up from 6 to 15. Okay, so let's count from 6 up to 15. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That would be 9. And you may have noticed something about these numbers. When you look at where they are placed, they should start to look very familiar to you, and we're going to get more into it later in the lesson, in the next lesson, but I thought it would be important to kind of point this out now. You might start to notice that these two numbers down here always happen to be the partners that will make this number up here. So just like we have our math mountains, okay, these being the partners and this being the altogether, you'll start to see that that's also a pattern if it helps you to see your math. So these two added together will always equal the larger number. Okay. Now the question again was, how many pens does Sam have? Sam has, this is where it's asking you the question, Sam has 9 pens. Okay. All right, let's look at this next one. All right, so Sam has 9 pens. Tessa has 6 more than Sam. Okay, so let's look at this. We know how many pens Sam has. We need to figure out, does Tessa have more or less? Tessa has 6 more. So already I know that Tessa has more. So Tessa's going to go at the top. Okay, and Sam is going to go on the bottom. Here it says Sam has 9 pens, so we know exactly how many Sam has. Here it says Tessa has 6 more than Sam. That's our compare number. So we're going to put our compare number here. And remember, if we have how many one person has, and then we have their more or fewer on the bottom, they make our altogether at the top. So we could add 9 and 6 together, and again we would get 15. This is what it's asking us. It's asking us how many Tess has. Remember, in this one, the question was asking how many Sam had. Okay, so here the answer is 15, and 15 what? 15 pens. Okay, the answers to these two, we're not asking how many more than. That's why we're not using the words fewer or more. It's just asking how many pens does each of them have. Okay, all right, so we're going to go ahead and turn this over. All right. Okay, let's look at each of these. Now they become different, so we have to really pay attention to the sentences, the word problems. Okay, it says Dan reads 9 books. Anna reads 11 books. Okay, how many fewer books does Dan read than Anna? So we're going to look at this again. Do we know who has more? So it tells us exactly how many books they had. I can see that Anna has more books. She has 11, Dan only has 9. So I'm going to put Anna on the top, put an A for Anna. Okay, and I know she has 11. All right, and I know Dan has less. So we're going to put a D for Dan down here, and he has 9. It tells us he read 9 books. It's asking us, it says how many fewer books does Dan read than Anna? It's asking us about our compare number. This is our unknown. This is what it's asking us. So if we know that these two are the partners that would make up the top here, how many more does 9 need to get to 11? We can count on 9, 10, 11. So that would be 2 more. Okay, so 2 is our answer, and again, it would be fewer. So in this case, because we're comparing Dan to Anna, we're going to say that Dan read 2 fewer books. Okay. All right. Next one. Luis makes 7 eggs for breakfast. Emily makes 3 eggs. How many more eggs does Luis make than Emily? Okay, so let's see. Luis makes 7. Emily makes 3. And these are the exact numbers of how many they made. So I know Luis made more eggs. So I'm going to put Luis at the top. Okay, and he made 7 eggs. I'm going to put Emily, an E for Emily here, at the bottom. And she made 3 eggs. Okay, now it's asking how many more eggs does Luis make than Emily. It is asking us for that compare number. That's our unknown. Okay, our unknown is the compare. If we are looking at this as if it were a math mountain, we would need to know what is 3's partner to make 7. So we can count from 3 up to 7. All right, let's say it. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That would be 4. 4 is our compare number. So we would put 4 over here. And what are our words for our label? We are going to say more eggs. So 4 more eggs. Okay, good job. Alrighty, next we are going to look at this next one. Okay, it says Noah has 10 more caps than Ben. Ben has 10 caps. How many caps does Noah have? Alright, so it says that Noah has 10 more than. It's comparing that. And so what I want to do is I want to see who is, it says Noah has 10 more. So I know that Noah has 10 more. Okay? All right. It says Ben has 10 caps. So Ben goes here. Now, look at this. Noah has 10 more than Ben. So do I know how many Noah has? No. That's our unknown. but it does tell me that Noah has 10 more than. This is our compare number, so that's going to go here. And then it does tell me Ben has 10 caps, so 10 will go here. Okay? All right, so what I want you to do is you are going to be finishing this problem on your own. I'm going to read this next one with you and kind of set it up as well, and then I'm going to have you be solving that on your own as well. Okay? All right, this one says Jen eats 2 fewer carrots than Scott. Scott eats 9 carrots. How many carrots does Jen eat? All right, so Jen eats 2 fewer carrots. Does it tell us how many carrots Jen ate? No, but it did tell us the compare number. It said 2 fewer. So I get 2 things from this piece of information. I know that Jen is the one that had fewer carrots that she ate. So we know Jen's going to go at the bottom. Okay? I also know that there are 2 fewer, so that's our compare number. It's not how many Jen ate, it's our compare number because it says 2 fewer. It does, and we already know that Scott's going to be more, and it does say that Scott eats 9 carrots, so we do know exactly how many carrots Scott ate. So now to finish this one, how many carrots does Jen eat? This is what it's asking us. This is our unknown. Okay? And again, I'm going to leave it like this. I want you to go ahead and solve what the unknown is. Keep in mind it is kind of like having our math mountains, okay? Make sure you put the unknown number here, labeling it properly, okay? Labeling it properly. All right, good luck.